שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב מה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Hello and Shabbat Shalom, everybody. That was a very nice Shabbat Shalom back. That was lovely. Hope that you had a lovely week, and now you are looking forward to Shabbat. As we say, usually every time that we meet, maybe it was a difficult week, and so maybe you're looking forward to Shabbat to let go of that difficult week, or maybe you had a great week, and you are seeking to bring in some of that great part of your week into Shabbat, and then the sweetness for these 25 hours together, and then, of course, into the next week. And so happy that you're here, and happy that we can be celebrating together on this Shabbat. It is still in the middle of the month of Elul, so Elul is the month leading into the high holidays. So these are the moments, of course, in the Shabbatot and in these days, each day, to be reflecting on the past year already and moving into Rosh Hashanah, which is around the corner. It is relentless. It is coming, no matter what. We are trying to slow it down, but it is not happening. So it is coming no matter what. So please take these days and reflective days to be able to think about Elul. One of the other things that we should be thinking about in our moments of reflection is that today, the sun is setting, but today was 700 days of hostages in the hands of Hamas. And I think it's unfortunate that the world may have forgotten them, and we sometimes get into our rhythms and forget them, but today marks 700 days, and it is something that should be on our minds as well, and we should all also be reflecting on and connecting with the families of those who are still in the hands of Hamas, and praying that we will be able to get them released. And so that's another piece that we should be thinking about on this Erev Shabbat. Also, we are in the reflections of the fact that we are in the days in which Moses is giving a 37-day-long speech to the Israelites in this week's Torah portion, still continuing of Ki Tetzeh. And so another piece of reflection, because Moses is also reflecting. And so in our reflections, we are also going to be reflecting on Eva and thinking about Eva, all of us this evening, as we'll be dedicating a classroom to her, a classroom that she taught in. We've been hearing about, by the way, that she seems to have taught in every single classroom here at Congregation B'nai Israel, because we were debating on if she taught in that classroom longer or that classroom longer, or if that was the first classroom, the second classroom. We've been talking about, I figured we'd talk about it for like 10 days, deciding which is the exact classroom, and we found one. And it is now, I think we're officially changing it. It's no longer going to have a number. It's just going to be called Ava's Classroom. So it's going to be a moment for us to do after services to be able to, prior to Oneg, if you wish to go to Oneg, you can, but also before Oneg, travel down to the section of our building where NCECE is and be there for the actual dedication of the classroom. So a lot of reflective moments for us on this Erev Shabbat. If it is your first Shabbat here or your 100th Shabbat here, reminder about your prayer books, about your Siddur, should be under your seat. If you don't have it already, reach right under. If it's not under your seat, it's close by. It should be the bluish, thinnish book that says Mishkan Tfilah on the cover. Check the spine. Make sure the spine says Shabbat, because some of the ones are traveling around that say weekday and festival. Make sure you have the correct book. And in that book is Hebrew, English, and transliteration for us to be fully present in. And we're going to continue with our service with the lighting of Shabbat candles. We're going to invite Linda Riegelhaupt to join us. And we're on page 2 in your Siddur, page 2.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We continue now on page 5 with the words of Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pirya gafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'vratzon hinchilanu, zikaron le'maseh v'reishit. Ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Ki vanu v'acharta, v'otanu kidashta, mikol amim v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
Seeing I should taste it before you have some, just in case.
Well, I have to sing, you don't.
Oh, you have to sing. So if I just fall down here, you'll be like, I got this. I'll just sing through the rest of the service. It's wonderful. Well, we made it. And so after we've lit our candles and continued with the words of Kiddush, we continue now into Kabbalat Shabbat, where we officially invite our Shabbat bride into our midst, giving us those extra special hours together, making sure that the rest is a little better, that the studying feels a little more connective, that the challah is even tastier, the naps are better. And so all of that comes into our space as the Shabbat bride enters and spends these 25 hours with her. So we will be inviting that Shabbat bride into our midst now on page 20 and 21 in your Sidurim with Lecha Dodi, 20 and 21. We'll be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we get to 9, we'll be standing and facing the door to officially welcome in the bride. We continue now, 20, 21.
Lecha Dodi likrat kahala b'nei Shabbat ne'kabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kahala b'nei Shabbat ne'kabela. Shamor v'zachor e'dibor echad hishmi'anu el hameyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shemo tiferet Behelitila lecha Dodi likrat kahala b'nei Shabbat ne'kabela. Likrat Shabbat echu v'nelcha ki hi mekor haberacha merosh mikedem yesucha zot ma'aseh v'machshava tchila lecha Dodi likrat kahala b'nei Shabbat ne'kabela. Itoreri ki ba'orech tumi ori shidaberi kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kahala b'nei Shabbat ne'kabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kahala b'nei Shabbat ne'kabela. Boi v'shalom atzeret bala gam v'simcha u'v'tzola tochem unei am segula. Boi chala lecha Dodi likrat kahala b'nei Shabbat ne'kabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kahala b'nei Shabbat ne'kabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kahala b'nei Shabbat ne'kabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kahala b'nei Shabbat ne'kabela.
Please be seated. We continue now with Chatzi Kaddish, which is on page 26.
Yitkada veyitkada shemei rabba belma divrach yirutze v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'gala uvizman kari ve'imeru Amen yehi shmei rabba mevorach Le'olam lol mehamaya yitbarach ve'ishtabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitala shemei dekudesha berichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran me'olma ve'imeru. Amen.
Continue now with our call to worship, Baruch Hu, on page 28, and together we stand. Ata Adonai Amariv Aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Let's turn to page 33 at the bottom, and we'll alternate paragraphs. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and living language that gives it form? Baruch Ata Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. 34-35.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We continue now on page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem emet. We continue on page 39. At the top, let's read together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt. There's a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Song of Redemption, Micha Mocha, on page 40. כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגולו מהר חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Let's turn to page 43 at the top and read that top paragraph together in the English. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, and may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol ama Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Hashkivenu 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom mehamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom mehamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Ushmor tzeteinu uvoeinu L'chaim u'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom mehamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom mehamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Ushmor tzeteinu L'chaim u'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom mehamidenu shomreinu lechayim.
Continue now with the Amidah, beginning on page 46, and together we stand.
Adonai sifatai tiftachu fi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Ha'hibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We take time now for our own silent prayers, thoughts, and meditations, beginning here on page 52 through page 62. Whenever you are finished, please be seated.
Shalom Rama Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rama Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rama Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rama Yisrael Amcha
So now we're going to take some time for reflections and stories in connection to Ava as we move into this part of our service, thinking about her, of course, thinking about Rabbi Silvers, of course, and we will take some time to hear from Gail and Brenda and Janet and Michelle first, and then we're going to hear from Linda, and then we're going to hear from Rabbi Silvers in that order. So come on up.
Good evening and Shabbat Shalom. My name is Gail Shore, and I'm joined tonight by Janet Dowling, Michelle Weinberg, and Brenda Kay. Between the four of us, we had the privilege of spending over 25 years working alongside Ava. Tonight, we are all wearing a little bit of red in her honor because we all know how much she loved that color. Sadly, none of us could track down red sneakers like Ava's, but she was on a mission to find them, and if you knew Ava, you knew how important it was for her sneakers to match her outfit just right. When we sat down to talk about Ava, we realized we all had the same words come to mind: energetic, vibrant, always moving, full of life, and full of love. Ava was truly a force of nature. I'll admit, when I first found out I'd be working with Ava, all I knew about her was that she was the carpool enforcer, the one making sure you didn't move your car until you were told you could. Honestly, I was a little scared of her. Brenda and I also shared the same thought at the start. She's the rabbi's wife. We need to be careful. And of course, we learned quickly, don't ever call her the R word. Rebbitzin. She'd remind you with a laugh, he wasn't a rabbi when I married him. And then she'd surprise you by cursing like a sailor. Brenda even nicknamed her the sergeant. But in the classroom, we got to see the warmest, most playful side of Ava. She was the first to sit on the floor with the kids, the first to give a hug, and always the one to comfort them when they were hurt or just needed a little extra love. She also had a wonderful sense of humor. Janet and Michelle, each separately, went with Ava for foot massages, where they slap your legs as part of the treatment. It was supposed to be a peaceful, quiet experience, but they all absolutely hated it and just laughed about it afterwards. Of course, Ava had her quirks. She was always freezing, even in the middle of summer. And if you were nearby, you knew to brace yourself because she put her ice-cold hands right on your arm or neck. She also dreaded Grandparents' Day at school, not because of the grandparents themselves, but because of the cloud of perfumes and colognes that would fill the classroom. She'd have to sneak outside just to catch her breath. We were all a little jealous of Ava, her beautiful hair that never turned gray, and her smooth skin without a wrinkle. But the thing we admired most about her wasn't her looks. It was the love she had for Rabbi. She would blush whenever he stopped by the classroom, and if it happened during Shabbat, well, you could see how flustered she got. It was so sweet and such a reminder of their bond. We all carry with us most, what we all carry with us most is her spirit. We miss her running through the halls, her laughter filling the classroom, and the countless heartfelt conversations we were lucky enough to share with her. We're honored to have known Ava, to have worked beside her, and to have been a part of her world, and we miss her every single day. Thank you, Gail.
All right, Gail, you did it. For those of you who don't know who I am, I think I see a few people who I've never met. My name is Linda Harris. I'm the past NCECE school director, and I loved it here, and I love it here as much as I always have. So, Shabbat Shalom. I'm first going to say that although I don't have a red dress, I found a dress with red in it in honor of Ava. So tonight I'm going to read something from one of our past teachers who worked with Ava for many years. Her name was Miss Marissa Bird. Everybody's shaking their heads. She was a fabulous teacher, and together they made an amazing team. So let me read this from her. Ava was truly a remarkable friend. She brought her heart and soul to everything she did. She was always on time, ready to do carpool, and to welcome the children to school. In the classroom, we were a team. She knew exactly what to do without anyone having to tell her. Her dedication to our students and to teaching the Jewish religion with love and care inspired everyone around her. I remember how she loved sharing her trips to Israel and describing every place she visited. Ava had an incredible passion for physical education, motivating the children to stay active and master all of the aspects of the gross motor skills developmental testing. Her commitment to helping each child there thrive was evident in everything she did. Ava was an integral part of our classroom. She contributed in immeasurable ways to the success of our goals, helping the children learn, grow, having fun in a safe and loving environment. She was reliable, loving, and always willing to bring a smile to the children's faces. I deeply miss Ava. I am grateful for how much she inspired me and how much she helped me. I will always remember Ava with love in my heart. Signed, Marissa Bird. Now I'm going to talk a little bit. I'm used to it up here, so I'm going to talk for about 20 minutes. No. Here I am, once again, at one of my favorite places to be talking about, and one of my favorite friends, Ava Silvers. Today, we gather in honor of Ava and all the contributions she made to Congregation B'nai Israel and the Nadel Center for Early Childhood Education. Her contributions reached several arms of the synagogue. She attended Shabbat and holiday services, Feed the Community, Lori Sklar Mitzvah Day, and many other CBI events. She taught Jewish cooking classes for the sisterhood. Anybody remember that? And contributed several recipes that I and many other people continue to use all the time. Her recipes are a big part of the Passover Seder at our house. In fact, my Seder was always an Ashkenazi service. It now includes many traditions and recipes that Sephardic Seders incorporate. Ava also worked at our preschool for about 25 years as a valuable teacher, assistant, and problem solver. I would like to take the time to talk about the contribution she made to the Nadel Center for Early Childhood Education. In the classroom, she made sure everything was ready for the children when they walked into the classroom. She loved the children, and the children loved her back. She was fun. I always knew when Ava was walking down the hallway with the children. I would hear the children cheering, "Let's go, let's go, let's really go." Honestly, I could hear that from my office. The kids loved cheering and their first introduction to cheerleading. Ava was a cheerleader growing up and led to the excitement of the children walking down the halls of the school. Ava was one of the strongest women I knew. She was always able to lift and move things that many of us could not. I would see her carrying things that no one else would attempt to even pick up. I remember when my grandchildren were in NCECE, they used to run to her when they saw her in the hallways. She used to pick them up and swing them under her legs like they were on a swing. They would laugh and smile. They once asked me if I would do what Ava did, and I laughed. Could you imagine me? I don't even have enough room down there to swing someone there. Ava always noticed things that were not right. She brought things to my attention, not as a troublemaker, but as a problem solver. These were things that normally I may not have noticed until they were out of control or causing a problem. She was my second pair of eyes and ears. She was careful to inform me about situations and not about people specifically. She knew me and how I abhor gossip. So it was never gossip. Ava presented her observations as problems waiting to happen. She had a real knack for sensing these things out. When I investigated the situation, she was usually right, but sometimes I felt it would fix itself. When that happened, she would accept my decision and not bring it up again. Michelle, I'm sure you wish you had one of Miss Ava's right now, right? This is Michelle. She's our new NCEC director and doing a great job. That must have been sufficient for her, but I never got the sense that she was doubting my decision. She never crossed that line of friendship and work relationships. When we went out socially, there were never work discussions, only friendly chatting. I really respected that she did not take advantage of our friendship. She was one of the few staff members who would volunteer to do carpool. That seems to be a theme, ladies, right? Not because she loved it, but because she knew someone had to do it. She understood the importance of the safety of our children, the management of parents driving a vehicle, and the prevention of accidents. She was tough, but she knew that carpool was one of the times of the days when safety and diligence were especially important. Most of the staff didn't want to go out to carpool because of the weather and the possibility of having to get a parent upset when they were not following the rules. Parents always follow rules, right? No. The staff did not want parents to get upset with them. Ava felt that she was there for the children and their safety. Again, she looked at the big picture. She went outside during the heat of the day, during inclement weather, and I am sure if it snowed here, she would go out in that too, although Ava hated the cold. If no one wanted to do something, Ava volunteered and never complained about it. You might say that she did this because she was the rabbi's wife, but no, that was not the reason. She did it because she was a collaborator and understood the importance of it. In fact, she always said, I am not the Rebbitzin, I am Ava. She wanted to be part of things on her own merit. The children benefited from Ava being the rabbi's wife. The love between Ava and Bob was so evident. Whenever Rabbi came by the school, he would inevitably visit the children. There were times I would see him participating with the children, and the children loved him. One time, I was doing a tour with a prospective preschool family, and I passed the riding toy playground. There was a man wearing a kippah riding one of the tricycles. The children were running on the side of the tricycle and laughing. Guess who that was? You are right, it was Bob. The parents loved it and smiled. When Ava could not work anymore, I missed those extra pair of eyes and ears. I missed her ability to take on challenges that no one else could take on. But most of all, I missed her friendship. She was like no other friend that I had. She was the friend I could trust to talk about my problems, and I knew it would stay with her. Ava, it couldn't be more fitting to have a classroom dedicated in your honor. You made such an impact on the school and the children, families, and staff that were in it. You were loved by so many here at CBI, including me. Your legacy lives way beyond your time on this earth. Every day when people walk in this classroom, they will be reminded of how special you were. I miss you, but you are always with me in my heart. Thank you, everyone.
Can't see through the tears. To all of you here tonight, and for all of our friends and our family members that are on the live stream, my siblings, Ava's siblings, my kids, thank you, Gail, Michelle, Janet, Brenda. She loved working with all four of you, and Mrs. Bird, who I know is watching too. She loved working with all of you. As we gather to dedicate a preschool classroom in memory of my beloved wife, Ava, clearly I'm overwhelmed with emotion and gratitude. To the leadership of our synagogue, to everyone who made this dedication possible, and to all of you who have come to share in this moment, thank you from the depths of my heart. After serving as rabbi here for some 30 years and watching Ava pour her heart and soul into teaching in our preschool for, as you heard, 25 years, this dedication feels like the perfect continuation of a sacred journey that we shared together. Ava was truly extraordinary in every sense of the word. She approached life with a rare combination of warmth and strength that touched everyone fortunate enough to know her. Her compassion was boundless. She saw each child not just as a student, but as a unique soul with limitless potential. Her work ethic, as you heard, was unparalleled. Arriving early, staying late, embracing every aspect of her role, even carpool duty, which, as many teachers here know, was not always the most coveted assignment. It's amazing. You all said exactly what I'm going to say, because you knew her so well. But that was Ava. You didn't have to ask her twice to do something. She embraced whatever task needed to be done. Whatever she was asked to do, she did it, finding joy in the moments others might overlook, turning the ordinary into something special. Her spirit was infectious, bringing laughter and light into every room she entered. These qualities weren't just what she did. They were who she was at her very core. What made Ava exceptional as an educator was her profound understanding that teaching extends far beyond classroom walls. She recognized that in nurturing children, she was also guiding parents. So many families have shared with me how Ava helped their children and helped them to become better parents, offering wisdom without judgment, support without condition. She created a sacred partnership between home and school that transformed lives across generations. The children adored her because they felt truly seen and valued. The parents respected her because she balanced loving kindness with clear boundaries. As many of you know, Ava would not tolerate any nonsense, whether it was from the kids or the parents. And her colleagues and friends, some of who shared such beautiful memories tonight, they cherished her as the consummate team player who always knew exactly what needed to be done without being asked and never equivocated from doing whatever was asked of her. The friendships she formed here were among her most treasured blessings. One of the qualities I most admired about Ava was her fierce independence. While she supported me in my role as rabbi, she was determined to be known for herself, not simply as the Rebbitzin or the rabbi's wife. She carved out her own identity, earned respect through her own merits, and built relationships that were uniquely hers. She took immense pride in her work here, seeing it not as an obligation, but as a calling. Her dedication to Jewish education came from her own deep connection to our traditions, her pride in her Sephardic heritage, and her belief that instilling these values in young children was among the most important work one could do. Though modest in size, Ava stood tall in her own right, confident, capable, and completely herself in every situation. Tonight, as we dedicate a classroom in Ava's memory, we do more than simply attach her name to a space. We commit to the continuing legacy of love, learning, and Jewish values that defined her. Every child who passes through the doorway will in some small way be touched, I pray, by her spirit. Every lesson taught will echo her dedication. Every laugh shared will honor her joy. I miss her terribly. We all do. But in this dedication, I find profound comfort. For as our tradition teaches us, Zichrona Livracha, that her memory will indeed be a blessing, for a person is never truly gone when their values and teachings live on in others. Through this classroom, through the memories we share, and through the lives she touched, Ava's light continues to shine. For this beautiful tribute, for your love of Ava, and for allowing her to make such a difference in this community she cherished, I'm eternally grateful. Thank you.
The only quick thing that I'll add to these beautiful words and memories and stories and connections, not just to this physical space, but to this congregation, is that sometimes Torah portions fall right where they should, in the perfect niche. And I think that this week's Torah portion has in it an incredible little phrase that says, Lo tuchal lihitalem, which means Judaism teaches us you're not allowed to ignore something. You're not allowed to let just something go by. And I definitely did not know Ava to the level that all of you did, but in the time that I knew her, and I was not out at carpool, but she definitely called things like they were, and she was very straightforward. But in the idea of lo tuchal litalem, there's this concept, this beautiful idea that nothing gets lost, and that even though we're going to place a physical plaque onto a space, it's much more than that. The impact is about legacy and about connections and about responsibilities, and it's about us noticing, responding, and caring. And so Rabbi Silver said it beautifully, that we definitely hope that every child that enters that space is going to feel all the laughter and all of the love and all of the care in this idea of the words of Ki Tetzeh, that we're not allowed to just let things go. They dwell within us. The text actually states that for us on the Shabbat. That legacy is what we make of it and how we create it together. So we're going to take all of the emotions in the room, some of the sadness and the reflection, some of the joy and the stories and the details and the years and years of knowing Ava and the impact that she made onto so many. We are going to harness those feelings, and we are going to transition them in our hearts, in our space, and think of those in our community who are in need of any form of healing, a physical healing, emotional healing, or spiritual healing. On this Shabbat, we are thinking of Aviva Bat Israel V'chaya, Lillian Angel, Angela Pell, Robert Arnold, Lillian Barros, Tori Bandel, Gary Bandel, Terry Bobrow, William Broom, Lauren Karajan, Janet Cohen, Linda Colville, DJ Deal, Elijah Deal, Xavier Deal, Donald DeMaria, Nelson Duncan, Alexandra Frankel, Beverly Goldstein, Maya Horowitz, Paul Calliner, Sharon Calliner, Rhoda Kortner, June Ladner, Jeffrey Levitt, Marty Mayer, Gail Medoff, Michael Medoff, Julian Meyer Middleman, Lydia Nahum, Heather Nitch, Carol Porwich, Lauren Quinn, Beth Rifkine, Linda Sachs, Jennifer Marie Salad, Joshua Levi Salad, Barbara Scheiber, Judith Schlitzky, David Schwartz, Miriam Schumacher, Karen Silver, Sheila Smith, Robert Solomon, Bob Spielman, Doris Taylor, Ella Versui, Heather Zakin, Joel Zakin, Michael Zoll, Rachel Siegel Sanchez, Jane Levy, Leah Ziskin, Robin Hertzberg, Lois Gamerman, Henna Mekla, Ali Goldstein, and any name that you'd like to add at this time. We continue now with Mishaberach 253 in your Siddur.
May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Some announcements for us on this Erev Shabbat. September 12th at 5:30, new members are invited to join us for a dinner prior to Shabbat services. We hope that you'll be able to join us. Let us know if you're interested to come for registration. On the 13th, begin your high holiday journey with Slichot. That is the beginning of the official start of the high holidays. We're doing a special version of Slichot called a sound bath for the soul. It starts at 7:30. We're going to be using special, what are they called, like musical bowls, but also very much the traditional part of the service. I believe that there is a cap, and we're very close to that cap. So if you want to join us and you've not registered, I would say really do that quickly. Otherwise, you might not be able to attend. You can come and join us to make Rosh Hashanah bags on the 17th from 4 to 6 if you'd like to. Mahjong is still happening regardless of the high holidays, so don't worry about that. It's on Thursdays at 10:30, Tuesdays at 6:30. Tickets for the high holidays already, of course, have begun. Registration is available. You can go to your Shul Cloud account, cbiboca.org, or you can ask one of us. If you are handy, by the way, and you would like to be part of the CBI Brotherhood, the CBI Brotherhood invites you to join us to build our sukkah, whether you're a master with a hammer or just there to stand there and have a donut. then please join us, particularly now, because I was such a whiz before, but now, forget it. So please join us on Sunday, October 5th at 9 a.m. for us to build the sukkah. Very quickly, we'll talk more about it, is that coming up is the Jewish National Fund USA's Global Conference. For Israel, it's actually happening in Hollywood, in Florida here, at the Diplomat, October 23rd through 26th. So we really would love for you to have us join us for that. As always, we're also collecting hurricane supplies and non-perishable items and toiletries for our little free pantry. Those are the announcements. Anything I'm missing? There's the book club announcement is I think out there. It's on the internet. I saw it. So that's good. Anything else, Cantor, that I'm forgetting? No. All right. We're going to begin to conclude our service. Aleinu can be found on page 282 in your Sidorim, and together we stand.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We are thinking of, not yet in the period of Shiva, although wait, the funeral was today. Okay, yes, in the period of Shiva, we're thinking of Sidney Shane in the immediate 7-day mourning period. In Shloshim, the immediate 30-day mourning period, we're thinking of Ida Friedrich and Elliot Porowich, and our yortzeits that occur for us this week: Stanley Asofsky, Julio Barrios, Bruce Cowan, Elaine Dugoff, Loretta Foster, Edwin Friedrich, Edith Goldberg, Bernice Goodkin, Marvin Gottlieb, Donald Hirsch, Bernice Hildebrand, Leah Kaminsky, Barbara Kaplan, Julius Holhagen, Isaac Miller, Bertram Poses, Mary Reiner, Michael Rosenthal, Jacob Shore, Lenore Siegel, Elise Stavsky, Benjamin Tanner, Shepard Thurman, Jacob Turoff, Willio Tosani. To those names, we had any name that you'd like to add at this time. Kadisha Tom Mourners Kaddish 294 in your Sidurim. Yitgadal v'ikadash shemei rabbah, ve'amad yivrach riutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chai echon u'vyom echon u'b'chai l'chol beit Yisrael, b'agala b'zman kariv ve'imru amen. יש לעולם ולמי הרמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה על שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יש לנו רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all of Israel. As together we say, Amen. Please be seated. We are going to continue with Motzi, and then we're going to conclude with a little Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem. See that, what I did there? Thanks. Thank you very much. Ooh.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
conclude with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem. I think it's, if you want in the Siddur, I think it's on page 24, if you want to follow along. I think it's 24. See if I'm right. 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Loachem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We're about to conclude our service. When we do, of course, Oneg is out the doors and to the right. If you'd like to join us for the classroom dedication, officially you're going to come out the doors and go left. We're going to be going into the early childhood section of the synagogue. Adonai oz la'amo yiten, Adonai varech et amo v'shalom, and God who gives strength to our people, continue to bless us with hope and strength and love and peace. Shabbat shalom, everybody.